think it's quite similar to Japan. So you have to go to driving school. I believe you have to do 10 hours of driving at least, or 20, I don't remember exactly. So you have like a instructor sitting next to you, and unlike Japan, you go in like the main roads. So we don't actually have like a test drive or something with not crowded street, and they just tell us this is like the pedals, like this is this is that, and then once you have like a certain feeling of how to move the car, you just like ride around the city.
So, the rules are a little bit different in different states in the US, but the rule that I know is that when you're about 15 at the earliest, maybe 15 in 6 months, you can start to take a course. If you want to start that early, you can take a driver's ed course, education course, and then you can get a learner's permit, which means you're allowed to drive as long as there's a licensed driver also with you in the passenger side. And then after you're 16, you can take the full test to be a licensed driver. But you don't have to take this driver's ed course. If you're older than 16, you can directly take a written test and a driving test. And if you pass both tests, then you will get a license. Yeah.
Well, you have to get a learner's license first. And it's basically you have to have now it's, when I was doing it was different, but now I think you have to get a learner's license at the age of maybe 16. I think 16 is the youngest that you can do it. And you have to have that for 1 year. So when you get it for 1 year, it basically is a mini license saying that you can drive vehicles with a certain mark on it, and you have to have somebody in the vehicle that has a license, and then it's just basically that period that you're learning to drive. After that, then you go and you do the examination after that period, and that's it.
First, you have to pass a theory test, which is like, what are the rules of the road? You know, what does this sign mean? Blah blah blah. And there's something called risk perception. So you have to watch a video, footage recorded inside a car of a road, and you have to press a button anytime you perceive a risk. If you see something in the video that you think a driver should make note of and be careful, then you press a button. That's the theory side, and then of course you need to do a practical test with a driving instructor on a real road. They take you to do just drive on a road, see how you react, and they also take you to do certain specific maneuvers. So something like a hill start, stopping the car on a hill, a 3-point turn, things like that.
We don't have to go through the school system, like, you know how Japan has driving schools. We don't have that. The school I went to, the private school I went to, offered a driving class, and I took the class, and I just went to the police station and said I wanted to get a license, and they gave me the exam. I sat the exam, passed, and then did the driving test on the same day, and got my license. So it took maybe 2 hours to complete, and then everything, I was given a license right away. You usually have to practice with a family member or someone who knows how to drive, but you have to apply for a permit. So there's a driver learner's permit. So that will you have to go again to the police station, apply for that permit, and make sure that whenever you drive, someone else who knows how to drive is with you in the car.
Well, I guess something similar. You go to a driving school, you take exams and on paper, but also like driving exams. But something that is a bit different compared to Japan is that we got gashuku, right? So we don't have that in China. Basically, you just anyway you have to go to the school, like for classes. You don't live there. Like, there is no accommodation for you to live there. So this is a bit different.